The presidential dollar coin program is one of the most ambitious modern coin programs in United States history, and it begins with the image of George Washington, the first president of the United States and one of the most important figures in American history. The idea behind the presidential dollar coin was not only to honor past presidents, but also to educate the public about American leadership's civic values and national heritage through circulating currency. George Washington was chosen as the first coin in the series because he symbolizes the birth of the nation, independence, leadership, unity, and sacrifice, and no other president holds a place as central to American identity as he does. The Presidential Dollar Coin Program was authorized by the Presidential $1 Coin Act of 2005, which was signed into law with the goal of revitalizing interest in dollar coins and reducing reliance on paper dollar bills. The program officially began in 2007 and featured coins released in the order in which presidents served, starting with George Washington, followed by John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison. George Washington's coin was released first in February 2007 and marked the official launch of the series, making it historically significant even within an already symbolic program. The obverse of the George Washington presidential dollar coin features a portrait of George Washington facing forward, unlike the traditional left-facing profile used on the quarter dollar. The design was created to present Washington in a dignified presidential style rather than a revolutionary military image. His name, George Washington, appears prominently on the coin, along with the inscription "First President" and the years 1789 to 1797, which represent his 2 terms in office. This was the first time in American coinage history that Washington appeared on a circulating coin other than the quarter dollar which he had occupied since 1932. The reverse of the coin is shared across all presidential dollar coins and depicts the Statue of Liberty holding a torch symbolizing freedom, enlightenment, and democracy. The inscription, "United States of America and $1, appears on the reverse, emphasizing the coin's value and national identity. The use of the Statue of Liberty rather than a presidential building or seal was intentional, as it reinforces the idea that the presidency serves the people and the ideals of liberty rather than personal power. One of the most unique aspects of the George Washington presidential dollar coin is the edge lettering, which was a major departure from traditional American coin designs. Instead of placing inscriptions on the obverse or reverse, the coin features edge lettering that includes the year of minting, the mint mark, and the mottos "E pluribus unum" and "In God We Trust." This edge lettering sparked significant public attention and controversy, especially when early coins were discovered missing the inscriptions due to minting errors. These so-called godless dollars became famous and highly collectible, creating widespread awareness of the new coin series almost overnight. The composition of the George Washington presidential dollar coin is a copper core with outer layers of manganese brass, giving it a golden color, even though it contains no actual gold. This composition was chosen to differentiate the dollar coin from other circulating coins and to make it visually appealing and easily recognizable. The coin has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters and weighs 8.1 grams, making it similar in size to the Sacagawea dollar which preceded it. The smooth edge combined with the edge lettering made it feel unique in hand compared to other U.S. coins. George Washington's presidency from 1789 to 1797 laid the foundation for the entire American political system, and the coin reflects this importance by placing him at the beginning of the presidential dollar series. Washington set critical precedents, including the peaceful transfer of power, the formation of a cabinet, the establishment of a national bank, and the decision to step down after 2 terms, which became a tradition, followed by future presidents for more than a century. These achievements are not explicitly written on the coin, but are symbolically represented by his leading position in the series. The release of the George Washington presidential dollar coin was accompanied by a large educational campaign by the United States Mint. Schools collectors and history enthusiasts were encouraged to learn about each president as new coins were released. The Mint provided lesson plans, historical summaries, and collector albums to promote engagement with American history. George Washington's coin served as the gateway into this educational effort, making it one of the most widely discussed modern U.S. coins at the time of release. Despite its historical and educational significance, the George Washington presidential dollar coin faced challenges in circulation. Like previous dollar coins, Americans continued to prefer paper currency, and many coins ended up stored in vaults rather than used in daily transactions. This limited circulation ironically increased collector interest, especially for high-grade, uncirculated examples and error coins. Coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints were produced in large quantities, but many remain in excellent condition due to minimal use. Error varieties of the George Washington presidential dollar coin are among the most famous in modern numismatics. Missing edge lettering doubled inscriptions, and inverted lettering varieties became highly sought after shortly after release. These errors highlighted the experimental nature of edge lettering on mass-produced U.S. coins and added an unexpected layer of excitement to the program. Some early error coins sold for significant premiums, capturing media attention and drawing new collectors into the hobby. The decision to include George Washington in the presidential dollar series was initially controversial because Washington had previously been excluded from eligibility under the program rules, since living presidents and those already featured on circulating coins were not supposed to be included. However, Congress made an exception, recognizing Washington's unmatched historical importance. This exception further emphasizes his unique status among American presidents and reinforces why his appearance on the first presidential dollar coin was both symbolic and necessary. Over time, the George Washington presidential dollar coin has come to represent more than just a unit of currency. It symbolizes an effort to reconnect Americans with their history through everyday objects, and serves as a reminder of the principles upon which the nation was founded. Liberty, leadership, unity, and sacrifice are all embodied in Washington's image and in the story behind the coin's creation. Today, the George Washington presidential dollar coin remains a key piece in modern U.S. coin collections. While it may not circulate widely, it holds enduring educational, historical, and symbolic value. For collectors, it represents the beginning of a major numismatic series, and for historians, it stands as a tribute to the man who helped shape the American Republic. As time passes, the coin continues to tell the story of George Washington not through words or monuments, but through metal artistry passed from hand to hand, preserving history in a tangible form. Beyond its release and design, the George Washington presidential dollar coin also reflects the story of American coinage itself. Historically, Washington's image had only appeared on the quarter dollar, starting in 1932 to commemorate his 200th birthday. That coin became iconic, but it was primarily for collectors and small transactions. The presidential dollar program was a deliberate attempt to elevate the $1 coin into broader public awareness, showing that coins could tell stories about leadership and nation building, not just function as currency. This was a bold move in an era where people overwhelmingly preferred paper dollars over coins. George Washington himself is inseparable from the early history of the United States, and understanding his presidency helps explain why the coin holds such significance. He led the Continental Army through the Revolutionary War, facing incredible challenges, lack of resources, and internal dissent. His leadership was tested repeatedly, and he emerged not only as a military hero, but as a unifying figure. This story of perseverance, courage, and integrity is encoded in the symbolism of the coin, reminding citizens that leadership carries responsibility and sacrifice. The coin also captures the narrative of the founding era, when the nation faced questions about its identity, governance, and international standing. During his presidency, Washington navigated the creation of the Bill of Rights, the establishment of the Supreme Court, and the development of the executive branch itself. Each of these milestones contributes to why he is celebrated as the first president on the presidential dollar series. The coin, therefore, does more than commemorate a person. It commemorates the birth of American institutions that continue to shape life today. The minting process of the George Washington coin is also historically significant. The U.S. Mint faced unprecedented technical challenges with edge lettering, and learning to produce millions of coins with inscriptions on the edge required innovation in machinery and quality control. These experiments made the coin an important chapter in the story of modern coin manufacturing. Collectors remember the early godless dollars as iconic errors, and these coins now serve as teaching tools about quality control, design, and the complexity of minting currency. Public reception of the George Washington presidential dollar coin was mixed at first. Many Americans were curious about its appearance, but unsure about using it in everyday transactions. Some retailers did not recognize it, and it was heavier and thicker than paper dollars, so it was often saved rather than spent. Over time, however, the coin became a staple in educational programs, collector sets, and commemorative displays. Schools, museums, and historical societies began using the coin to teach young people about George Washington's leadership, the presidency, and the values of the early republic. Another interesting aspect is the coin's connection to numismatic culture. Because the George Washington coin launched a series featuring all U.S. presidents, it sparked enthusiasm among collectors. Coin albums specifically designed for the presidential dollar series became popular. Collectors compared mint marks, polished finishes, errors, and proof sets. Washington's coin, as the first in the series, became particularly sought after, not only for its design but for its symbolic importance. In fact, uncirculated and proof versions often command higher prices than coins in everyday circulation. The coin also influenced future U.S. coin programs. The popularity of the presidential dollar led to renewed interest in designing coins that celebrate history, culture, and national achievement. It paved the way for other thematic series, such as the Native American $1 coin program and commemorative quarters celebrating states, national parks, and historical events. In this sense, the George Washington presidential dollar coin is more than a single coin. It is the beginning of a modern era of U.S. commemorative coinage designed to educate and inspire. From a cultural perspective, the coin represents continuity and national memory. George Washington is often invoked as a moral and civic exemplar, and this coin allows Americans to carry a tangible piece of history in their hands. It is remarkable to think that a coin designed for daily commerce also carries the weight of centuries of historical narrative, from colonial struggle to revolution, from the crafting of a constitution to the establishment of enduring traditions in governance. Each time someone holds or examines the coin, they are connecting with that history. Even today, the George Washington presidential dollar coin remains relevant. Numismatic scholars study its production, variations, and historical context. Historians use it as a teaching tool, showing how material culture can transmit knowledge. Collectors treasure it as the first chapter in a complete series that spans the nation's entire presidential history. Its golden color, edge lettering, and dignified portrait make it visually distinctive, while its story enriches public understanding of the United States' founding era. Finally, the coin is a reminder of Washington's lasting legacy. He was a soldier, a statesman, and a visionary leader whose actions shaped the course of the young republic. The coin immortalizes his contributions not just on paper or in textbooks, but in metal that circulates among the people. It is a physical reminder that leadership, courage, and dedication matter, and that even something as ordinary as a coin can carry extraordinary meaning.